Welcome to Artificially Literate, the deep dive where books, films, and ideas meet, profound thought and insatiable curiosity.
That's right.
Every deep dive, we really plunge into a compelling piece of literature, maybe a fascinating video, or a significant cultural moment. We try to meticulously break down its philosophical and, literal meanings for some truly insightful takeaways.
Yeah, aiming for those aha moments.
Exactly. So whether you're a devoted lover of stories, a relentless seeker of meaning, or maybe just someone who relishes a thoughtful reflection, this is really your dedicated space to learn, to grow, and maybe to look at the world through a distinctly different lens.
Hopefully, yeah.
Today we're embarking on a pretty extraordinary expedition, actually, right into the pages of Jules Verne's timeless classic, A Journey to the Center of the Earth.
A genuine classic. It holds up so well.
It really does. And this isn't just some fantastical adventure story. It's actually a profound exploration of human ambition, scientific curiosity, and, well, the very limits of the known world.
Absolutely. It offers a unique kind of shortcut, doesn't it? To being truly well-informed about a narrative that, it continues to captivate and challenge our perceptions, even centuries later.
Century later, exactly. And our deep dive today begins not with, a grand overture or anything like that.
The Big Bang here.
Right, but with a seemingly insignificant scrap of parchment and the indomitable will of a very particular academic.
Professor Otto Hardwigg.
So let's unpack this journey. Our protagonist, young Axel, or Harry, as he's known in some interpretations, finds his life basically irrevocably altered by his uncle, the formidable Professor Otto Hardwigg.
And Hardwigg is quite the personality, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He's a mineralogist of, unparalleled knowledge, undeniably learned, but also famously choleric and, to put it mildly, original.
Yeah, original is a good word for him. Most academics, they dedicate themselves to diffusing knowledge, sharing discoveries.
Right, sharing with the broader scientific community.
Right. Not Hardwigg. Verne paints him as someone who consumes midnight oil, pores over these heavy ancient tomes, digesting vast quartos and folios.
But with the distinct purpose of keeping that knowledge all to himself.
Which is fascinating. And there's that curious, almost sympathetic reason Verne gives us, right?
Yeah, the stammer. Apparently, he struggles with articulating complex scientific terms, which is incredibly difficult for him.
So he often resorts to these powerful, if maybe imprecise, adjectives when the right terminology escapes him.
Prefers to just sort of swallow his discomfort with a glass of water rather than wrestle with some long, unpronounceable scientific name.
But despite that social quirk, his devotion to geology and mineralogy is just absolute.
Totally. He has this almost superhuman ability to classify hundreds of specimens just by weight, hardness, fusibility, sound, taste, or smell. It's incredible.
And he corresponds with the scientific giants of his era, like Sir Humphrey Davy, Captain Franklin.
Real heavy hitters. And Axel, his nephew, well, he shares a genuine affection for his uncle, and he's got this budding interest in mineralogy. He wants real knowledge of the earth.
But he starts off much more grounded, doesn't he? More practical than his wildly eccentric uncle.
Definitely. Much more level-headed initially.
And what Verne masterfully illustrates right here in this opening is the sheer serendipity that's inherent in discovery. Plus, the driving force of obsessive curiosity. You imagine this seemingly innocuous ancient book, maybe overlooked for centuries.
It's just sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Exactly. And suddenly, it yields the key to this unprecedented adventure. Saknissem's hidden message in that obscure, yellow-leaved 12th century Icelandic book.
The Heimskringla.
Right. It isn't just some clever plot device. It's actually a profound commentary on how groundbreaking knowledge often emerges from the most unexpected, overlooked corners.
That's a really good point.
It truly challenges us to re-examine what we might consider insignificant in our own pursuit of understanding. It reminds you that breakthroughs often begin with, a chance encounter or a forgotten detail, just waiting for a curious mind to stumble upon it.
That is a powerful observation about how discovery actually happens, and it highlights this fascinating tension in Hardwigg's character, doesn't it? He's a seeker of profound truths, but his initial drive feels intensely personal, almost possessive about the knowledge itself.
Yeah, definitely possessive at the start.
And that seemingly mundane item he stumbles upon is indeed this very rare 12th century Icelandic book, the Heimskringla of Snorri Tarleson, an account of Norwegian princes.
And the professor is immediately just captivated by its antiquity, the original Icelandic language.
Almost ignoring the actual content.
Right, it's the object itself first.
Then the big moment arrives. This small scrap of parchment, just 5 by 3 inches, falls out. It's scrawled over in this really extraordinary way.
And Hardwig seizes it like a hungry man, Verne says.
Exactly. This little scrap becomes the absolute catalyst for everything that follows. The professor becomes utterly convinced. It is runic and contains some wonderful secret which I must get at any price.
And the obsession is just immediate, all-consuming.
Totally. He dictates the incomprehensible runic letters for Axel to transcribe, neglects dinner, refuses to eat or sleep until the mystery is solved.
And his already choleric temper, as Verne calls it,
Gets even more pronounced. It's like this testament to the feverish grip of intellectual pursuit.
in this period of intense cryptanalysis, the professor's unyielding resolve, it truly sets the stage for the kind of ambition that drives scientific exploration, even when it borders on the extreme.
Yeah, it really does.
It makes you think about that fine line between visionary genius and, well, consuming obsession, especially in the pursuit of knowledge.
Right.
How much does a true breakthrough require that almost singular, relentless focus, pushing past conventional wisdom, personal comfort?
Everything else just falls away.
Verne compels us to consider how that single-mindedness, while driving these monumental discoveries, can also lead to a kind of dangerous disregard for common sense and personal safety. Axel's Tarot makes that pretty clear.
You're right, that's a powerful observation. And it makes me wonder, do you think Verne is kind of endorsing this singular, almost reckless ambition? Or is he subtly warning us about its dangers? Because Axel's Tarot definitely suggests the latter.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think Verne explores both sides.
Maybe, because it's at this pivotal moment that Axel makes a surprising, almost accidental breakthrough. He's just mechanically playing with the scrambled letters, trying to make sense of something.
Just fiddling around, basically.
Yeah, anything. And he accidentally identifies English words like ice and sir.
Which is completely random, but it sparks something.
It does. It sparks this cascade of insights. Then, Latin words start to emerge. Rhoda, mitabile, ira, nec, atra.
And that leads to this stunning realization.
The whole message is written backward.
Boom. The code is cracked.
Exactly. Once decoded, the message reveals this path to the Earth's core via Mount Sneffels, left by none other than Arne Saknussemm.
A celebrated 16th century Icelandic scholar, naturalist, alchemist, traveler. Quite the Renaissance man.
Right. And Axel's reaction is just pure, unadulterated terror.
Do you blame him?
Not at all. He immediately tries to burn the documents, fearing his uncle's madness and the truly terrible journey that lies ahead.
But Professor's joy is just unstoppable.
A force of nature in itself. He insists on departing at once, completely unfazed by Axel's perfectly rational arguments against the peril.
Logic doesn't stand a chance against that kind of conviction.
No way! Axel, always the voice of reason, tries to use logic to deter his uncle, but it's utterly futile. He argues against the journey, saying Sneffels' crater is choked with lava, presents infinite dangers.
Standard objections, you'd think.
Exactly. But Professor Hardwig has a counter-argument for everything. His conviction is unwavering. He insists it's an extinct volcano, no eruption since 1219, just dismisses Axel's fears with cold scientific fact, or what he believes is fact.
And he stresses the need for secrecy too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Not a word to any living soul. And despite Axel's apprehension, the fever of excitement begins to grip even him. Just a little bit.
It's infectious, that kind of certainty.
It really is. The travel logistics are then quickly arranged with Hardwig's characteristic efficiency. From Hamburg to Kiel, then by steamer, the Valkyrie, to Copenhagen, and finally on to Reykjavik, Iceland.
Then Verne gives us a vivid picture of the sea journey itself. Stormy, arduous.
Yeah, they arrive in Iceland, pale, haggard, thin, but full of enthusiasm. Quite the entrance.
Once they're in Iceland, their impressions are really striking. They meet local officials, Baron Trapp, the governor, M. Finson, the mayor.
And most importantly, M. Fridriksson, a professor of natural science in Reykjavik.
And Axel forms this unique, immediate connection with him through Latin, right?
Yeah, it's a lovely little detail showing the universality of scholarship, even way out there.
It is. And in stark contrast to Axel's detailed observations of the landscape, the sparse, melancholy feel, the turf huts, the mention of leprosy.
Which is quite grim.
Very. Professor Hardwig's immediate interest is just entirely focused on what lies below the surface.
He's almost dismissive of the surface world, the everyday realities of Iceland. His mind is already tunneling inward.
And there's that fascinating exchange about the Icelandic library system. It really highlights the clash between their approaches to knowledge.
It really does. Hardwig initially expresses disdain for what he sees as a beggarly amount of empty shelves. He thinks it's a sign of intellectual poverty.
But Fredrickson corrects him with this quiet pride. He explains Iceland's 8,000 rare volumes aren't hoarded in one library.
No, they're widely distributed for public use, circulating among the populace.
He proudly states that virtually every farmer, laborer, fisherman in Iceland can read and write. Books are meant to be circulated, used, shared, sometimes not returning for years.
It's a fantastic system.
This Icelandic library system, where knowledge is decentralized and broadly accessible, serves as such a powerful thematic counterpoint to Hardwig's more, well, possessive, almost selfish approach to knowledge that you noted earlier.
Definitely.
It connects directly to the idea that true wisdom and a well-informed society aren't built on guarded expertise in some ivory tower, but on the free and wide dissemination of information.
Spreading it around.
Exactly. This open access fosters a highly literate society, suggesting that collective wisdom can be far more powerful, more transformative than just individual accumulation.
It really makes you reflect on how we value and spread knowledge today, doesn't it? Whether we truly prioritize widespread access over exclusivity. It's a debate that's still very much alive.
It absolutely is.
Hardwig, though, is less interested in the sociology of it all.
Naturally.
And more in confirming his historical link to the cryptogram. He specifically asks about Arne Saknussemm.
And Fredrickson confirms him as one of the most distinguished scholars of the 16th century, great naturalist, alchemist, traveler.
Which solidifies the historical authenticity for Hardwig, gives him the validation he craves.
Sets the stage for the next crucial character.
Absolutely. The next pivotal character they encounter, and perhaps the most indispensable one, is Hans. Hans Bielke, the eiderduck hunter.
Ah, Hans. Calm, cool, collected.
Incredibly so. Introduced as phlegmatic, calm, and incredibly taciturn. A man of few words, but immense capability.
And Verne includes that fascinating detail about his method of hunting eiderdown.
Right. He collects the soft down from the nests, and the eiderducks, a specific type of duck, replenish it from their own breasts. Sometimes even with the male bird's less valuable down.
It allows the hunter to gather a harvest without destroying the source, almost like a farmer.
It's very sustainable, actually. Hans agrees to guide them to Stapi at the foot of Sneffels and then further into the volcano itself.
For a fixed salary, $3 a week. Very businesslike.
Very. And when offered in advance, his simple, unyielding reply is just "after."
Meaning after. Speaks volumes about his character. Quiet confidence, unshakable.
Totally. Then come the detailed preparations for the deep dive. They're truly impressive, showcasing Verne's fascination with technology and scientific rigor, especially for 1864.
He really did his homework.
He did. They pack a suite of essential instruments. A centigrade thermometer that reads up to 150 degrees, a manometer for atmospheric pressure because a barometer would be useless as pressure increases descending.
Smart thinking.
A first-class chronometer set to the Hamburg meridian, 2 compasses, 1 horizontal, 1 for dip, and a night glass.
All crucial for navigation and measurement.
And for light, they have 2 Ruhmkorff coils with a voltaic battery. Produces a luminous gas.
Cutting-edge stuff for the time. Relatively new technology.
And crucially, it produced a light source that was safe even in potentially inflammable gases or deep water. That shows Verne's meticulous research into the scientific possibilities of his era.
He really thought things through.
Their arms include 2 rifles and 2 six-shooters, which seems oddly practical given Hardwig's assurance of no wild beasts or savages expected.
It underscores the sheer unknown dangers they anticipate, doesn't it? A subtle nod that scientific theory might not cover every eventuality.
Exactly. A bit of insurance just in case.
And the meticulous detail of these preparations, it really highlights that blend of a scientific mindset and sheer audacious ambition required for something like this. Even if some of the assumptions are, let's say, a bit fantastical.
It's a little bit out there, yeah.
It underscores the human tendency to prepare for both the known and the intensely unknown, even when the unknown is genuinely uncharted territory.
Right.
This fusion of careful planning and an almost reckless courage to step into the void, just trusting your tools and your team, that's what makes these early explorers so compelling.
It speaks to a universal truth, doesn't it? Confronting vast unknowns often requires both meticulous foresight and an almost blind faith in the possibilities. It's a spirit that fuels innovation even today.
Absolutely. Calculated risk, maybe?
Perhaps. And that blend of meticulousness and audacity is clear in their tools. They've got pickaxes, crowbars, a 300-foot silk ladder, alpine poles, a hatchet, hammer, wedges, strong rope. A proper mountaineer's kit.
Ready for anything the rock can throw at them.
Provisions are highly concentrated. Essence of meat, biscuit, enough for 6 months. They also bring Schiedam, that's a type of gin and gourds. But notably, no water.
Which seems insane.
It does, but Hardwigg confidently expects to find subterranean springs once they pass the lava crust. It speaks volumes about his unwavering faith in his own geological theories.
Blind faith, perhaps. Or extreme confidence.
Could be either. Finally, a robust medical chest. Surgical apparatus, ammonia, alcohol, ether, Goulard water, aromatic vinegar, anticipating a whole range of injuries and illnesses.
It's a comprehensive inventory, yet almost blindly optimistic, really, for a journey into the truly unprecedented.
Definitely optimistic. So, preparations complete, they embark on the final leg to Stapi. They use 4 horses, 2 for baggage, 2 for Hardwigg and Axel.
While Hans, the man of action, refuses to ride, prefers to walk, knows the terrain intimately.
Exactly. And the Icelandic horses are described as incredibly hardy, navigating the challenging landscape easily.
And en route, Verne gives us this rich tapestry of Icelandic life.
He does. They pass through sparse meadows, desolate landscapes, encounter isolated farms built of lava and turf. Axel observes they look like beggars on the highway.
Quite a stark image.
They experience the unique hospitality of Icelandic peasants, the custom of kissing guests, the hearty traditional food like lichen soup, skare, sour butter, oaten porridge.
Often in households teeming with children. That family with 19.
19, can you imagine? And the sight of lepers along the way adds this melancholy, almost somber tone to the journey. It grounds the fantastical adventure in a harsh reality.
A reminder of the surface world's hardships.
They finally arrive at Stapi, a town of 30 huts nestled on a lava plain. What truly impresses Axel are the magnificent basaltic formations.
Reminds of the Giant's Causeway or Fingal's Cave.
Exactly. Verne describes them appearing as if nature had employed the plummet line, the compass, and the rule. This almost geometric perfection contrasting with the wildness.
Nature as architect.
Yeah. The local rector of Stapi, though, who doubles as a blacksmith, fisherman, hunter, carpenter,
A jack of all trades.
proves unhospitable. More interested in payment than piety. Another subtle commentary on the diverse realities of life.
Not everyone's welcoming.
Hardwigg, ever impatient, decides to begin the expedition as soon as possible. Hans hires 3 other Icelanders just to carry luggage to the crater bottom where they'll turn back.
Just the core team goes deeper.
Right. Hardwigg even confides partially in Hans, indicating his intention to explore to the last possible limits.
Laying his cards on the table somewhat.
Even as Axel still harbors this lingering apprehension, he notes the steam spouts, the rakir from hot springs, which seem to contradict Hardwigg's unwavering conviction about Sneffels being extinct.
It's that clash again. Theoretical certainty versus the palpable unease of the unknown, the visual evidence contradicting the theory.
Exactly. Sets the tension perfectly. Okay, so we've journeyed through Iceland, meticulously gathered our gear, and met our enigmatic, utterly reliable guide, Hans.
The essentials are in place.
But the real adventure, the titular journey into the Earth's depths, is really just beginning. Before we plunge deeper into the unknown, though, just a quick reminder, you can find Artificially Literate on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
Wherever you get your podcasts, basically.
Pretty much. Be sure to follow us so you don't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating worlds of literature and ideas.
Okay, back to Sneffels.
Right. The actual ascent of Mount Sneffels begins. It's over 5,000 feet high, a vast dome of white.
Imposing.
Very. The group proceeds in single file, conversation made impossible by the narrow, treacherous paths. Initial geological observations reveal fibrous turf, basaltic walls, black, burned-up rocky detritus.
Setting the volcanic scene.
And Axel, ever the cautious one, initially theorizes or maybe hopes that active volcanic activity, subterranean fires, would negate the journey by blocking their path.
A hope that is soon and dramatically dashed by the professor.
Oh, yeah. Hardwigg's resolute counter-arguments shut that down quickly.
Because the crucial element for their descent is precise timing.
Absolutely critical. There are 3 openings in the crater, but only one leads to the Earth's center, and it's indicated by the shadow of Scartaris, a nearby peak, falling directly upon its mouth.
But only in the last days of the month of June.
Exactly. The timing has to be perfect, and the agonizing wait for the shadow is a period of intense frustration for Hardwigg.
His impotent rage grows as clouds keep blocking the sun.
You can just picture him fuming. Axel, meanwhile, feels secret relief at the delay, hoping to avoid the expedition entirely.
Still trying to get out of it.
But Hardwig, always resourceful, always determined, devises an ingenious solution for descent using ropes if the shadow doesn't appear.
A doubled cord system, allowing single-hand sliding and retrieval. Clever.
Very clever. This contingency planning highlights his brilliant mind, even when faced with these seemingly insurmountable natural obstacles. He's not easily deterred.
No, definitely not. And this period of waiting and the subsequent harrowing initial descent, it really highlights how Verne weaves scientific debate and ingenuity directly into the narrative fabric.
It's seamless, isn't it?
It is. Hardwig's unwavering theories about, primordial soil and the absence of a central fire within the earth, they directly contradict prevalent ideas of his time.
Especially those championed by Sir Humphrey Davy.
Exactly. Davy, the prominent chemist and inventor, famously theorized the Earth's interior was this chemical furnace, molten rock, intense heat, fueled by metallic reactions.
The standard picture, really.
Right. Hardwig's insistence on primordial soil and the absence of central fire is Verne's radical proposal that deep within the Earth could exist a cooler, potentially habitable world. It directly challenged the prevailing understanding of our planet's structure.
So this isn't just an adventure story.
Not at all. It's a constant intellectual battle against established scientific thought. It's a testament to the idea that new discoveries often require challenging those deeply held beliefs.
That's a brilliant way to frame it, not just an adventure, but a scientific argument unfolding in real time. And the physical challenge is immense.
Oh, absolutely.
The initial descent is harrowing, sliding down the shaft. Hans, ever calm, gives these simple warnings like, "Gifact."
Attention, look out. His phlegmatic nature is such a contrast to Axel's anxiety and Hardwig's fiery temper.
It really is. The danger of slipping is constant, and it's compounded by the necessity of being tied together with ropes in the hazardous section.
High stakes from the very beginning.
Despite the peril, geological progress is made. Hardwig meticulously takes notes, delivering these brief lectures that, in his mind, confirm his theories about primordial soil and chemical processes in the crust. He's basically refuting the old and now forever exploded theory of a central fire.
Well, poor Axel is just trying to survive.
Exactly. Axel is often too exhausted to truly care about the finer points of geology. His focus is narrowed down to mere survival.
Understandable, really.
After descending over a mile, about 5,600 feet, they finally reach what Hardwig calls the bottom of the well.
But it's not the true center.
No, not yet. It's a tunnel, a narrow, oblique passage leading off into these regions of eternal night.
The whole new phase of the journey.
They rest, looking upwards, and see this brilliant little dot of a star Beta in the Little Bear constellation from the distant opening.
A poignant reminder of the familiar world they've left so far above.
It really is. In the early days of their continued descent, Hardwig actually delights in the profound tranquility, the complete absence of surface noise. A silence so deep it's almost sublime.
A different kind of environment entirely.
The barometer, now useless at these depths, is replaced by the manometer as the air pressure dramatically increases.
Which brings its own set of worries.
For Axel, definitely. He understandably fears the increasing pressure, the unknown physiological effects. Hardwig, meanwhile, remains confidently sanguine about their ability to acclimatize.
Ever the optimist? Or
Yes.
perhaps just blinded by his theories.
As they progress, though, they discover astonishing subterranean beauty. Luminous quartz crystals, natural glass suspended to the roof like lusters.
Creating a magnificent spectacle, as Verne puts it.
Yeah, Axel, despite his initial terror, even begins to appreciate the charms of travel. It hints at this growing transformation within him, a burgeoning sense of wonder, maybe.
Starting to see the appeal, despite the danger.
But then, inevitably, a growing crisis emerges. The water supplies dwindle to nothing.
The most basic necessity, gone.
Axel feels profound unease. His gnawing agony of thirst becomes the dominant force in his existence. Hardwig, however, maintains his unwavering belief in finding subterranean springs once they pass the lava crust.
His scientific conviction overriding the immediate, desperate reality.
It's during this harrowing period that Axel actually demonstrating his own keen eye for mineralogy.
He spots something significant.
He does. He identifies calcareous rocks and slate strata, indicating the Silurian period, a time in geological history when early plants and animals, like marine invertebrates, first appeared.
Wow. So evidence of ancient life.
And he finds a trilobite shell, undeniable proof that they've left the lava crust and are now in sedimentary soil.
Which isn't just a fascinating find.
No, it directly contradicts Hardwig's initial central fire theory. It suggests a cooler interior, capable of preserving such ancient life.
A major challenge to the professor's core belief.
And to his credit, Hardwig acknowledges the mistake, although he kind of hedges, saying he won't know the full extent of his error until they reach the very end of the gallery.
Still holding onto his framework. Somewhat.
This harrowing journey through the Earth's crust isn't just about physical endurance, is it? It's a testament to the incredible human capacity for adaptability, and perhaps a subtle critique of how scientific certainty often clashes with the unpredictable realities of exploration.
That's a great way to put it. Certainty versus reality.
The agonizing days without water begin. They traverse this interminable gallery in silence, feeling the increasing oppressive heat.
Axel describes that gnawing agony of thirst. His appetite diminishes to nothing, life just draining away.
The climax of this suffering arrives when Axel collapses near death, his spirit almost broken.
And for a rare, powerful moment, Hardwig shows real, deep commiseration, his eyes wet with tears.
A raw human moment from the usually stoic, intellectually driven professor. It's quite striking.
It is. And then Hans comes to the rescue, the unflappable guide.
Having gone deeper on his own initiative, he returns with the single life-saving word, Vatten.
Water.
Water.
And what's truly compelling here is the primal, life-saving significance of water in such an extreme alien environment. It echoes countless real-world survival narratives.
Absolutely.
And the fact that it's Celebi mineralized, iron-rich water adds that touch of Verne's characteristic scientific realism.
He can't help himself, even in desperation.
Exactly. It's more than just a survival detail. Verne ensures even their most desperate find adheres to geological possibilities. It really raises that question. How does the human will to survive manifest in the face of absolute despair? And how do seemingly insurmountable obstacles lead to ingenuity and resilience? Hans's simple word, Vatten, is more than just a discovery. It's a return to hope, a stark reminder of the vital importance of basic resources when you're pushed to the absolute limits.
And Hans's ingenuity in actually accessing it is truly remarkable. They hear this dull roaring, leading them to water seething behind a solid granite wall.
And Hans, without hesitation, without a moment of self-doubt, just uses a crowbar to break through, defying logic. Immense geological pressure.
It's incredible. The water bursts out, scalding hot at first, but soon cools to a drinkable temperature.
A literal lifeline from the earth itself.
Renewed hope just surges through them. Axel feels like a new man, invigorated, ready for anything. Hardwig's confidence is completely restored, his faith in the Earth's hidden resources vindicated.
And the stream they find, they name it the Hansbach.
In honor of their quiet savior, it becomes their guide, its tepid water singing like a naiad as they follow it ever deeper.
A much more pleasant guide than thirst.
Definitely. But Hardwig, ever impatient for a more vertical descent, starts chafing at the slow, horizontal progress of the Hansbach.
He wants to go down, not sideways.
Exactly. Then, suddenly, they encounter a horrible well, a sudden, steep spiral descent that takes them dramatically 5 leagues below the level of the sea.
5 leagues, that's significant depth.
It is. And a shocking realization dawns on Axel, the meticulous record keeper. Using the compass and map, he calculates that they are no longer under Iceland,
Astonishing.
under the open sea.
Wow. Just wow.
Hardwig's reaction is pure, unadulterated delight. He rubs his hands together, thrilled at being under the open sea, completely unconcerned by the impossible implications of their location.
He loves it. The more impossible, the better for him.
Seems like it.
And this moment of realization of being under the open sea, it represents such a pivotal shift in the narrative. It pushes the boundaries of scientific credibility, even for a novel of, scientific romance.
It really stretches things.
Hardwig's scientific rigor, though meticulously taking notes on declination, inclination, calculating depth, distance, it stands in stark contrast to the outlandish premise.
It does. He's still measuring everything.
It highlights Verne's unique blend. Careful, empirical observation combined with sheer audacity, constantly pushing the boundaries of known science. It's a powerful statement that even the most fantastic journeys need that grounding in observable data to feel real and compelling.
Makes it believable somehow.
It's the ultimate expression of scientific curiosity leading to unthinkable conclusions. It urges us to question how much of our understanding of the planet is truly complete. This deep dive into the Earth isn't merely physical, it's metaphorical, too, into the profound limits of human knowledge.
It really is. And that brings us to that great quote.
Ah, yes.
Science, great, mighty, and in the end, unerring, science has fallen into many errors, errors which has been fortunate and useful rather than otherwise, for they have been the stepping stones to truth.
Perfectly captures that spirit of discovery through mistakes.
Indeed, the journey continues into realms truly unimaginable, proving science is indeed a stepping stone to truth, often through trial and, well, significant error.
Lots of error here.
But what does truth look like in a world where logic is basically turned on its head? Where the very foundations of geology and biology are just completely upended?
Yeah, the rules don't seem to apply anymore.
Their descent leads them to the most breathtaking discovery yet. This vast, luminous, underground sea. Hardwig promptly names it the Central Sea.
And Verne describes it with such awe, a magnificent hall, granite soil, shimmering electric light.
Almost like being inside a huge hollow diamond. It's a world within a world, a place of truly fantastical scale and beauty, utterly unlike anything on the surface.
A hidden realm.
And within this Central Sea, they discover a subterranean ecosystem unlike anything known, a real testament to Verne's boundless imagination and scientific speculation.
The flora is just incredible.
Fantastical. Gigantic mushrooms towering over them, lycopods 100 feet high, flowering ferns as tall as pines, gigantic grasses, all representing the flora of the second period of the world.
A living fossil garden.
Exactly. Hardwig, the usually stoic scientist, is overcome with immense enthusiasm. He calls it a vast and mysterious hothouse.
You can feel his excitement. And the shores are covered with fossilized fauna, too.
Bones of mastodons, dinotheriums, megatheriums, creatures long extinct on the surface.
Relics of a bygone age.
But the truly astonishing moment comes when they catch a live fossil fish.
Belonging to an extinct family from the Devonian strata.
A true naturalist's dream. It's a living relic from an ancient past, thriving in this hidden world.
And this discovery of living antediluvian species, like fish from the Devonian period, it represents such a radical departure from, a complete overturning of the prevailing scientific understanding of geological eras and Earth's internal structure in Verne's time.
It blows contemporary science out of the water.
Completely. It forces us and them to confront the limitations of our knowledge, the very idea of extinction, and the vast hidden complexities of nature that might exist beyond our conventional perception.
Things we just don't know about.
This element of the story profoundly encourages us to embrace the idea that our current understanding of the world, even with all our advancements, might only be scratching the surface of what's truly possible or existent. It prompts a much-needed humility, I think, and a call for continued exploration, both literal and intellectual.
That's a powerful point about humility in the face of the unknown, and then comes the ultimate shock, the one that sends Axel into profound terror.
The giant.
The sighting of a living human being from the Quaternary period, a Proteus of these subterranean regions, a giant over 12 feet tall.
Who is the keeper of gigantic cattle, living mastodons.
It's a level of existence so far beyond scientific belief, so utterly impossible by surface standards, that it becomes terrifyingly real. It challenges every preconceived notion of life and evolution.
Shakes Axel to his core.
Absolutely. But the perils of the Central Sea are far from over. Hans, with his invaluable industry and unshakable practicality, manages to construct a raft.
From fossil wood, mineralized pine wood, fir, Norden palms.
Incredibly, this heavy, ancient wood floats, defying Axel's expectation that it would be too hard and heavy to stay buoyant.
Another subterranean anomaly.
Their voyage across this vast sea progresses rapidly, a silent journey across an inner ocean. They encounter immense seaweeds, or fucus, and sea wrack.
3,000 to 4,000 feet long.
So vast and serpentine, they're initially mistaken for sea serpents. An eerie foreshadowing of what's to come.
Uh-oh.
Then terrifying encounters begin. They witness a colossal battle between two prehistoric leviathans, a plesiosaurus,
A serpent-like with a swan neck.
and an ichthyosaurus.
A fearsome shark crocodile thing.
This titanic struggle causes immense waves that threaten to capsize their fragile raft.
Monster battle.
As if that weren't enough, a catastrophic storm descends. A wild and raging tempest brings darkness visible, dazzling lightning illuminating the cavernous space, and luminous hailstones.
Chaos. Utter chaos.
The raft is battered mercilessly. They lose most of their equipment, only the chronometer, compass, and manometer miraculously survive.
Axel is consumed by despair, fearing starvation in this alien world.
And in the midst of this chaos, a bizarre magnetic anomaly occurs. A ball of fire, like St. Elmo's fire, appears.
And turns all the iron on board into lodestones.
Exactly, magically pinning Axel's boots to the raft. This strange phenomenon highlights the unpredictable, unknown forces at play down there, reminding them just how far beyond their understanding they truly are, even with all their instruments and theories.
The rules are just completely different.
So what does this all mean? I mean, the journey to the center of the Earth wasn't just a physical descent, was it? It was profoundly philosophical.
Absolutely. It challenged every preconceived notion of existence and discovery.
It questioned the very limits of human knowledge and endurance, forcing the characters, and by extension us, the readers, to redefine what's possible within the natural world and within the human spirit, too.
Pushing boundaries in every sense.
Suddenly, a new abrupt shock throws them into even greater peril. The raft is violently lifted, then dropped.
Oh no, what now?
They realize they are in a narrow well being propelled upwards with terrifying force by an active volcanic eruption.
Out of the frying pan into the volcano.
Literally. The terrifying ascent begins, marked by boiling water, lava underneath, increasing heat, sulfurous flames licking at their heel.
Nightmare scenario.
The noise is deafening, the shaking violent, they're spinning uncontrollably in this fiery vortex. Axel enters a delirious state, his mind just overwhelmed by the sheer, unbridled forces of nature.
Pure survival mode.
And the uncertainty adds to the horror. Which volcano are they in? It's clearly not Sneffels, their entry point. It's an active one.
Axel speculates Hekla, other Icelandic volcanoes, maybe Esk on Jan Mayen.
Right. The compass going mad confirms they're in the northern regions, but can't pinpoint their location? Adds to the terrifying disorientation.
Completely lost and shooting upwards.
After hours of this violent, chaotic ascent, they are literally shot out of a volcano.
Ejected.
They find themselves deposited on a mountain slope, half naked, in blinding sunlight and intense heat.
Back on the surface. But where?
The revelation of their location is delivered with almost comedic simplicity by a little shepherd boy's answer.
Stromboli.
Stromboli. They are in Sicily, over 1,200 leagues, about 3,600 miles from Iceland.
That's incredible. An impossible distance traveled underground.
It's a stark, almost dizzying contrast. From eternal snows to infinite verdure, from gray fog to azure sky, the world above ground is welcome yet profoundly disorienting.
A total shock to the system.
This dramatic, almost instantaneous emergence just redefines their entire understanding of space and distance within the Earth. It turns geographical certainties completely upside down.
Yeah, that journey forces us to reevaluate what we consider known about our own planet. Not just scientifically, but existentially.
It really does.
It's such a powerful narrative about human curiosity, perseverance, and the radical idea that there are always new frontiers, physical and intellectual, waiting to be explored, even within the seemingly familiar confines of our own world.
Hidden depths everywhere.
The fact that they exit in a completely different part of the world, thousands of miles from the entry point, challenges geographical and geological certainties. It suggests the Earth's interior operates by rules we barely comprehend. Or maybe that our perception of its structure is just far too simplistic.
It's a grand metaphor, isn't it? For the continuous, sometimes explosive expansion of human knowledge.
In the ultimate unknowability of certain truths, some things remain mysteries.
What other wonders, what other truths do you think lie hidden beneath the surface of our world, just waiting for a determined mind and an open heart to discover them?
It's mind-boggling to consider.
What could it truly mean to find an entire ancient ecosystem complete with living prehistoric creatures thriving deep beneath our feet? It makes you wonder how much of what we consider extinct might simply be undiscovered in some hidden pocket of existence.
A thrilling, slightly terrifying thought.
Their return to the surface is naturally treated with incredulity by most people. They're regarded as shipwrecked travelers.
Their incredible story met with skepticism rather than belief.
Professor Hardwigg, however, receives widespread, if sometimes sensationalized, glory. He gets offers from P.T. Barnum to exhibit himself and his discoveries in the U.S.
And immortalized in wax at Madame Tussauds.
The height of fame. Yet one care continues to prey upon his mind, tormenting him even amidst all this fame.
A compass.
The inexplicable behavior of the compass during their subterranean journey. This single fact, this lingering anomaly, remains an unsolved mystery, an unyielding frontier of knowledge even for the most determined explorer.
It's a profound reminder, isn't it? That even after such an epic, world-altering journey, there are still depths to plumb in the universe, both physical and intellectual. forever beyond our complete grasp.
Always more to learn, more to discover.
Always.
And that final quote really brings them back beautifully.
To the surface world, yeah.
The wondrous changes of this expedition had transported us to the most harmonious and beautiful of earthly lands. We had abandoned the region of eternal snows for that of infinite verdure, and had left over our heads the gray fog of the icy regions to come back to the azure sky of Sicily.
A journey's end and a return to beauty.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Jules Verne's A Journey to the Center of the Earth here on Artificially Literate.
It's been fascinating to revisit.
We hope this exploration has given you plenty to reflect on, from the nature of scientific ambition to the endless mysteries that surround us, even within our own planet.
Lots to think about.
Be sure to check out our other podcasts and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube for more such topics. Stay tuned for our next book.
See you next time.